What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you are new, please consider subscribing. If you enjoy this video, hit that like button for me. Alright guys, this is the Spartan Blades Talos, and I screwed up with this knife because I did not do my research. Not in buying it, but in maintenance on it. And I'm going to take this apart, and when I take it apart, I'll explain why I messed up and how I messed up, and tell you, if you get one of these knives, how not to mess up. It is fixable. I didn't do anything to it that is unfixable. But this has their oil-infused bushing bearing system inside it. Say that 3 times real fast. And when I get it apart, you'll understand a little more. We will be using the little EDC Extras bit driver for the first time today, so interested to see how this works out too. I haven't done anything with it yet. So we'll start with the pocket clip. T6 on everything but the pivot with this knife. T8 on the pivot. Alright. I love the size of this little driver. I love the good screws also, but I like it being shorter like this. If you get smaller hands, or I have a medium-sized glove hand, the full-size good screw is a little too long, where it's hard to get down near the bit for me if I palm the bearing piece. So I really like this so far. I like the way it feels in hand anyway. Seems to function really well. Did have a little squeak in it when I did my unboxing, but I added a little oil to it and squeak went away immediately. That screw is not coming out. That's alright. I'll take the pivot loose, and the whole scale should come out with the screw. Alright, and this has this is a very lightweight knife. There's your liner, right? It's a partial liner. It's not a full liner, obviously, as you can see. But it also has Teflon washers in there, phosphorus bronze washers, but that's not the tricky part. There's your bearing, right? Now, how I messed up was I lubed this thing like normal, but if you look at this knife, you never want to get lube on your lock bar where it makes contact with the blade. It'll cause lock stick, right? Well, I was getting really bad lock stick, and the reason I was getting that lock stick, I'll show you. If I can find the hole here. There we go. Get in there. Get in there. The reason I was getting that lock stick is because when you disengage the lock, right, this lock bar is just going to collect any lube that's right there, right? It's just going to collect it on the lock bar, and it's going to cause you lock stick. Well, you know, you got your phosphorus bronze washers, you got your Teflon washers, and then you got this bushing, bronze bushing in the middle that they say is oil infused. So I think all you really need to do is drop a drop of oil on this bushing. And what I did was I lubed up everything, you know, just like I would any other knife. And well, I didn't have it apart either. I was just squirting lube down in there. So, you know, you live and you learn. So we're going to clean off the washers there and the blade and the lock bar with some rubbing alcohol, and put it back together and lube that bushing. Drop a drop of, just one drop on that bushing. But one thing I gotta say about this knife, but the way they've done this, it has some of the glassiest action you're gonna feel. You know what I mean? It's just so glassy, slippery smooth. It's not bearing action. It's not drop shut action. Although in time it probably will become that type of action. It's just not that now, because it's still fairly new. I've looked online to try to figure out if this one is made in the USA. Spartan Blades makes a lot of made in USA knives. They're more expensive knives, and most of them are like titanium and stuff like that. But this one isn't a cheap knife. These are about $100, and a very minimal construction. So I'm wondering if this is made in USA too. It does not say on their website where it's made, but I know like the Harsey's made, and this is a Harsey design, by the way. This is designed by Harsey, which you can probably tell just by looking at the lines of the knife. It definitely has that Harsey look to the handle and the blade. I really like this knife though, if the lock stick is not there. And it had a little lock stick out of the box. I got to be honest about that also, but seems to have started to improve. Well, I never cleaned the lock bar. Very interesting design, very, very lightweight, like 2.5 ounces on this knife is all it weighs. Super lightweight knife. Feels really good in hand. All right, let's get you in there. Captive pivots, and I don't have my glasses on, as always. Which ways? Okay, grab glasses real quick. Luckily they were within reach and not too far away. So let's clean up these phosphorus bronze washers also. Add a little more rubbing alcohol to this rag. Oh, that was more than I wanted, but it'll be all right. Yeah, with the combination of the phosphorus bronze and the Teflon, makes this thing have a very, very glassy smooth action. Very glassy feeling. Feels good actually. I really like it. I liking, especially for work. I do carpentry work, right? So a lot of times a very dusty environment. So I definitely prefer a knife that's on washers at work. And I'm starting to get to where I prefer a knife that's on washers when I'm not at work, you know. I'm really liking the feel of it. The Pair 3, man, I just absolutely love that knife. I always want to pick it up. A piece of that Teflon's coming off there. Alright, so we're going to drop that on there. We're going to drop that right there. And we're going to drop, where did that little bushing go? Where did I put there it is. I'm going to drop that on there. That right there. I am going to put 1 drop of oil on that bushing. Just a drop. I don't want a lot to come out. I just want a tiny bit. So I'm trying to be careful here. There we go. Just a tiny little bit like that. And then we're going to put that right there. And that right there. And that's it. Put that right there. Very simple construction. That one screw still didn't come out of there, did it? What's going on here? There we go. Alright, so let's start with the pivot here. CTS XHP blade steel in this too, man. Actually, their website has these MSRP of $115, but I got this on Blue Creek Knives. I think it was $70. If you use my discount code, you get 10% off of that. So, yeah, I think I got it for right around 60 bucks in the end, somewhere around there. $60, $65. G10 and CTS XHP. CTS XHP, that's the important thing. You don't have to worry about corrosion with this knife. It's going to hold its edge for a long time, and you're getting all that for under $70. I mean, pretty impressive in my opinion. I really want to know where it's made. I know on the, I had Craig's Harsey here, his 3-inch Harsey. Love that knife. On my grill list now. Definitely one of my grills now. That's why I bought this. I couldn't afford that. I think it has Made in the USA written on it. I remember actually. I think it has the flag on it somewhere. So I don't know if these are being OEM'd in China or what the deal is with them, but it's still a good knife in my opinion. All right, let's see if we are way off centered. Of course, I haven't even tightened that pivot at all yet. Let's pull that thing over to the center real quick. See it moving over there. Dead center right there. Probably still got blade play. No blade play. Feels weird not having the pocket clip on it. I normally hold my fingers on the pocket clip when I flick it. Alright, we good. Put the pocket clip back on there. Liking the driver too, guys. $25, $26, something like that. Really liking it. And he is sold out on Etsy right now, but if you go to his Instagram, He does custom orders, so I think you could even pick the colors you want. You can pick the 2 colors you want him to use to make you one. I'm not affiliated with, his name is Kway, Kway. I'm not affiliated with him or anything like that. I bought this with my own money. But really a nice guy. And, you know, I like working with a company where you can actually reach out and talk to the person, right? You know, small business basically. He's a small business doing 3D printing, and good on him. Here in the USA too, so something I'd love to learn how to do. 3D print something like this. That would be freaking sick. I think I'm gonna get him to do me one in purple and black, or maybe gray, like a light gray color and purple to match my logo. Actually, my logo would look good with some fluorescent green added in there, wouldn't it, with the purple? Change the logo to match the driver and the pair of 3. Alright, this sucks. Are these titanium? Because I'm struggling here. No, not titanium. Alright, you need to get in there. Get in the hole. Get in the hole, ho. Keep hitting the edge of that clip. There we go. I hit the hole. Hit the hole. I normally don't have problems finding the hole. Unless I've had too much to drink. Then it can be a problem, but generally I don't drink much, so usually not a problem. No blade play. We are dead centered. Good to go, man. Good to go. I'm just going to throw these in here. These are the 2 I use the most, the T6 and the T8. And they're magnetic in there too. I didn't realize that. That's magnetic also. Ah, that's pretty sweet. Bam. Ah, you know what would be a good idea? Maybe a good idea. I'd have to talk to him about this. What if I got some of these made in my channel colors and put my logo on them? Make a Blades and EDC version, a sprint run. You guys be interested in something like that? I don't know if Quay would be interested in doing something like that, but I definitely could ask. That would be a neat idea. Have it, you know, obviously it would cost a little more than this because, you know, I would think, but not too much, I wouldn't imagine. So, yeah, just a thought. All right, guys, that's going to do it. That is the Spartan Talos with the oil-infused bronze bushing system. Man, that's a long OIBBS system. No, OIBB system. And pretty neat, man, for the money. I'm liking this knife a lot, especially if you like that washer action, that Teflon and phosphorus bronze action, that feel, that glassy feel you get from it. If you like that, you will like this knife. If you like bearings and you want it to completely drop and have that free floating blade, you may not like this knife. But over time, as I continue to use this knife and fidget with it, it will get really drop shotty. I should have polished those washers while I had them out, but yeah, that's all right. I'm reviewing this, and this is another work knife, right? So I want to use it like someone else would use it and give my thoughts on it. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all on the next one.